Dearly beloved, we are here to commemorate the departure of Jan from the podcast. He was a good co-host, and his sore voice was indeed radical. Are there any words for the departed before we lower him into his grave?
I got something.
Okay, go ahead.
I loved his sore voice and his down voice, but I always remember that no matter how many times we mispronounced it, he didn't mind us calling him Jan instead of his actual name. So I'm finally gonna pronounce his name correctly. Jane.
Amazing.
That's all.
Amazing work. Camz, do you have anything to say?
I've never spoken to you, but you seem like a pretty cool guy. And, yeah.
That works.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay. No, it's fine.
I'm so socially awkward.
Oh, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm going to call this Socially Awkward the podcast because that's basically what makes up this entire community, but whatever.
Yeah,
Yes, we're socially inept ranger squad.
Yes, the Sultry Net Ranger Squad. That's usually how most of the podcast episodes start. We're super nervous around the new guests, and it's like, but by the end of it, it usually all works out, and we're having a good time. So yeah, it's fine. Oh, and yeah. So anyway, welcome to Unchatable. As you may have heard from the beginning there, Jan, I'm with my only co-host, Jackal now, and our guest Camz this week. Hello, Camz.
Hello.
Do you want to tell the people listening, like, what accounts you run, or if you want to promote anything before we start?
Okay. Yes, I did pull an Ari, and I do run way too many accounts. Yuka the actress, Yusuke the artist, Yukiko the dancer, Mark the grapher, and Maya the author. I think you can see the theme here.
Yeah, I really like your Yusuke account. It's good.
Oh, thank you.
It's very nice.
Yeah, I think he's my favorite too.
For sure.
Same as Yukari though. They're both really good.
Yeah. But yeah, Jan will no longer be part of the podcast. He decided it's not really for him anymore, and that's okay. We wish him the best of luck. Press F, yes. Press F to pay respects in the chat. Or you can say it. That's fine too. Anyway,
Thanos snapped his fingers and Jen disappeared.
That's right. Thanos, he took him out. Speaking of which, we got a lot of topics this week. So
We gotta make it for like 2 weeks worth of content.
Once
so yeah.
again, that's our famous move is to not have a podcast and then everything happens. I'm actually gonna save the top of the list for later. So let's start. A little bit of controversy, but it's mainly blown over by this point because so many people just went to town. But Kotaku famously or infamously posted an article claiming that a song in what was it, the Persona 5?
The Persona 5 thing, wake up, get out there.
Yeah. It was like, there was like a, an insensitive slur in there.
I think they thought it said retarded or something.
Yeah. They said that. Okay, no, in the song it's retorts it, like R-E-T-O-R-T.
Yeah.
I-T.
And because of
And then instead they said that.
Right.
That's what they thought they heard.
Jeez.
And one of the writers even went as far as to call out Lavenza when Lavenza was making posts and memes about it.
Wait, really?
Yes. Lavenza posted a reply to the article talking about, all this kind of stuff. And
I set my expectations really low, yet I'm still disappointed, game journalist.
Oh, yes. And then
I laughed
someone
at it.
subtweeted it or whatever, and it was going off like, oh, this, I can see, like, who in the Persona 5 fans
I have not faked in the Persona community. Ha 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 ha.
It's just a bunch of garbage. It's just a meme, man. And the article wasn't in fact
so many
wrong.
Persona says accounts have replied, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's honestly really funny. This whole thing stemmed from. It's funny because they're sort of trying to call out like Atlas being insensitive and all that kind of stuff when they themselves mistook a Japanese Japanese singer Soji Meguro. Like, yeah, they're just straight up making fun of like her accent, or like not making fun, but they. You know what I mean? Like, they're just taking it like, oh, she definitely said retarded instead of like, oh, she's trying to sing in English and she's from Japan. It's probably a lot harder than you think it is.
I don't know how unprofessional was the fact that someone wrote an entire article, typed it up just based on what they think they heard and what they assumed. A few editors ran through it, made sure they published it, and they tweeted even on such a hunch.
Yes.
And then when they screwed up and people called it out, instead of taking it down, they just, oh, we're sorry. That's it.
And then
We screwed up. We get it.
They admit to like not checking their sources first. Like they only sent an email or whatever to Atlas being like, hey, what's up with this like song lyrics or whatever.
Yeah, it's not
like
that
only
hard.
after the fact that they posted the article. So I can see where people come from, like, oh, shouldn't like have like this big witch hunt against this person. But at the same time, the person, I'm not gonna name them, but the person responsible for writing the article just obviously did this just to stir up something and like, kind of ride on this whole Atlas hate train that's been going along with stuff like the Catherine remake and all that. And yeah, Atlas, some aspects of Atlas's games, like sort of
like
the gay couple in Persona 5, that
just
like
like modern,
like that's
modern
a bit
representation. Yeah,
it's a bit rough.
Nuts.
But you forget, this is something that Margaret pointed out, that Persona 5 has probably the most respectful depiction of a trans like woman I've ever seen in a video game. Lala Escargot is just like, yeah, there. Like it's never like, put up on display like, oh, she's a man that turned into a woman, all that kind of stuff. It's like, no, this is just a person living their life, serving drinks at a bar and helping people out. And I think that's like, that kind of stuff is just way more like inclusive than anything that like a lot of these video game companies try to put in their games and all that kind of stuff. Like that's so great. I love that.
And the two gay men, even though it is a bit controversial and a little bit stereotypical, it's at least nice to see them attempt to try to implement it in. Like, hey,
even
they exist.
Even in their own weird Japanese way.
Yeah, LGBT stuff is crazy in Japan.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's not as open as it is in like America or something.
Yeah, but that's basically just the whole sense of the story, is that Kotaku once again proved itself to be an unreliable news source.
Kotaku is going deaf.
Let us beat this rubbish mentality into submission.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
That's enough about Kotaku. This is kind of awkward knowing that Jan's gone, the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan part of the podcast, but we just have to move on. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is getting a critical mode. And
no, it already has it.
Oh, or well, I forget. Yeah, by the point of this podcast, it already has it, which is basically just like big hard mode, right? Like big boy.
It is big hard mode. Yes.
Dark Souls, you gonna die, boy? That kind of stuff.
Oh yes, you go and die.
That's good. I'm glad people.
I played it on hard, and I already struggled a little bit, so I don't want to go back and do it on critical. Please no. I'm too young to die.
I do plan on getting into Kingdom Hearts.
Me too.
But I keep hearing about how complex it is, and it intimidates me.
Oh, don't. Okay, I'll just give you a little bit of run here. The plot itself, it's not complicated or messed up or strange or hard to get into. It's just there's a lot to remember. Like Nomura added on a lot over time.
Right.
And it's not like it got all confusing. It's just there's so many little details that they're gonna ask you to remember, and you're like, oh wait, this person is this person, but this person turned out to be this person. This person killed Goofy. What?
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
It's not like you're walking into.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like there's giant plot holes. Well, yeah, there are, but it's not like some kind of crazy Texas Chainsaw cinematic universe or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, half the reason I want to get into Kingdom Hearts is because I love Disney, and the other half is because all of my.
I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And then there's also going to be aside from critical mode being released recently, soon there's already been recently confirmed was a new Remind DLC mode, the first of a few DLC episodes. I don't know if this new world is going to be original or if it's going to be a Disney world, but I am interested because it could either be something else. I'm thinking hopefully something like Moana or Coco, something or another Disney classic film.
Coco would be cool, especially seeing a
Agreed.
I guess a skeleton Sora,
The movie is beautiful enough, but then seeing try to put it into a video game, it's gonna be a little downgraded, but because how intense the modern Disney 3D art style is. But other than that, I am excited for it.
Yeah, like
I'm trying to see what they're gonna do with it.
A Coco World I think would be really cool, especially since you see that like world in the movie, and it's like this place looks like a really cool place to explore a little bit, you know. And
Yeah.
you get a lot of that in the movie. To be fair, like you go a lot of places, like from like the lowest low to like where all the skeletons hang out, waiting to die because they're not remembered or whatever, and then like the sort of street level, and then you get like the high rise, like near the end of the movie where you're in the high life and all that kind of stuff. But it would also be nice to experience that for yourself, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Kingdom Hearts 3 getting DLC and the sort of thing we're talking about, the difficulty spikes or whatever, or not spikes, but just like the difficulty being way more challenging than you think it is. I remember when I was playing DMC5, I started out. I will admit, I didn't play the other games, but I am going through back them now to repent my sins. But I started out on like Devil Hunter because I'm like, yeah, it's like the normal version of the mode, and I was like, okay. I haven't played a character action game in a hot minute, and I knew nothing about Devil May Cry, so I went back to human. I was like, but now it's too easy, so I went back to Devil Hunter, and it's good. Of course, I haven't tried. I'm not a real fan. I'm like a big, huge fan, so I didn't go through the other difficulties, but I honestly should because that game is amazing. But the real reason I sort of want to talk about this real quick is that after we got Bloody Palace, I think it's been confirmed that DMC5 will receive no further DLC, which is a bummer.
But hey, no one complaining like, oh great, maybe pay more money for another character side mission.
Yeah, it's not great, but it just sucks because I know we're gonna get like a special edition or whatever. Like
special edition. This time, you play as Lady and Trish.
Hopefully. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about that, honestly.
Yeah.
Camz, I assume you have not played the DMC games. Oh, you okay? Are you okay?
I don't know. Yeah, I do plan on getting into Kingdom Hearts, so maybe next time I can contribute more.
That's okay. It's fine.
That's fine. It's okay.
I mean, this is a chill podcast. It's not, it's not like this big thing or whatever. It's just a little fun thing that we do, and people seem to like it, so we keep doing it.
Yeet.
Yeet. Well, let's move on. Yeah, yeet.
I said yee, not yeet, but okay.
That's all I hear.
The memes.
The memes. Oh, God, it's so hot in my room right now. I'm gonna die. Oh well, let's move on.
He's gonna die of heat stroke.
I honestly don't understand. I had the fan on, the windows open earlier, but it didn't seem to help. I think I am just dying. But
then I'll be the only one left.
Oh no.
It's a one-person podcast. Oh man. How'd that even
Eli
work?
dies in Infinity War.
That's you know what? You're right. Speaking of Infinity War, who here has seen Endgame?
Me.
Perfect.
Hey.
Yay!
Oh,
all right,
We
cool.
can all give our thoughts.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, obviously we're not gonna do spoilers right now. We could.
Okay, guys, spoiler alert. My favorite part was when Thanos snapped, and all of a sudden, all the people who spoiled the movie just got erased. Yes, I totally didn't see that. Camz, that joke was awesome. Yes, that's where I got it from.
Well, let's sort of talk about our non-spoiler thoughts about the movie. Camz, would you like to start?
Okay. So, as a person outside of the Marvel fandom, I really, really enjoyed it and would recommend it to anyone, really. It was surprisingly funny, and I'm just like waiting for meme material to come in so I can use that.
Capitalize on it.
Capitalize, yeah.
Yes, we all must.
Yeah.
If we want to stay relevant, we got to stay up with the times.
Oh man, being relevant is a hard. That's.
But with the reality can be whatever I want it to be.
Says accounts when we're like old people, it will be really fun.
Persona 8 will be
like person.
We'll all be like 70. Persona 8 will just be coming out. Yes, I have a feeling it would just take that long.
Yeah.
But like,
all these new kids. Already has like 30 billion accounts.
I don't even know how she did it. She made like $1 million to each account.
She ran out of phone emails of her, or like phone numbers of her own. She started using other
She
people's.
ran out of characters.
No, she ran.
She started making accounts and being active for all the NPCs you see walking around.
Funky student says.
Student behind.
Funky student, teacher, other teacher.
Student behind.
Random puppy right near Sojiro's place.
Oh my god. Like the old couple that like hangs out outside LeBlanc or whatever. Or like
I know I know there's already accounts like student behind Akira or something.
Yeah, he's okay. That's more of a jokey one, and he did that a while ago. He pops up now and again. He's a neat dude. I remember the biggest thing he ever got was getting like actual animated in the Persona 5 animation. That was like a highlight. It was like episode 2. I sent him a bunch of screenshots like, "You're in, dude. You're in." It was funny. What a good. My gosh, what am I saying? Oh yeah, but right back to Endgame. Yeah. As someone a bit more versed in Marvel stuff, I've seen most, not if all, of the Marvel movies. Oh my god, did I enjoy this movie? It definitely feels like 3 movies like stitched together though, which helps, which is why I'm thankful for the 3-hour runtime. Because if it was any shorter, I feel like they would definitely have some struggle keeping some of the stuff that's in there. I'm just gonna say, yeah, I mean, otherwise that, great character moments and all this kind of stuff. Great action, I think, especially in the later half. And, yeah, I cried just once, or not cry, but I definitely teared up because it's hard not to be connected to something that's been a part of your life for like the past 10 years, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people cried.
Yeah.
Lots of people clapped.
Oh my gosh, my first, I saw it twice. Once opening night, the second, Friday.
Lucky you.
The first time I got there like an hour early, and I was like, great, can't wait to watch it. And I was like, here's the line, like all the way across the theater. I'm like, great. I did get pretty good seats though. I got like bottom row, kind of like near the top a bit, but you know, of course, the golden seat is like the one that's like at the bottom of like the top section with like the railing that you can just put your feet on. That's amazing. Best seats. Yeah, no. Just really, really good. I don't know. No what else to say about that, really. Wait, what was it?
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
This movie is like, it's so big. It's like Return of the King big, both in like how much hype there was for it, how much depth there is to it, and also for that one moment.
Right.
Oh,
It's so emotionally intense as well. I did cry a couple times. Like once was like for happiness, like the other times were like for like emotional moments that did make me sad.
Yeah.
And it's hard like not to be connected to these because how much like I grew up on this. I saw the first Iron Man. I saw it when I was younger, and it was like, and I've watched every movie since, like all of them. It's hard not to keep track with it, and the fact that like it's molded up a lot of my childhood. It's become like a tradition I do with my brother and my dad. Whenever there's a new one out, we always go see it like at the same theater.
Sweet.
And so experiencing it felt a little muddled for some parts.
Oh, it's not as tightly packed or woven as Infinity War. Infinity War is a better movie, but Endgame.
Infinity War has it like all set up, but for what it was trying to accomplish in like those 3 hours, it did it pretty well.
It did accomplish it for sure. It is a fan movie. It is a movie made for
fans. It didn't
fans.
even feel that rushed.
It's like the first half you can like the second half like it goes by. You can't tell it's 3 hours, but the first half you can tell
First half drags a little bit.
where the hours were going.
First act, definitely.
The first act was a little slow for me, but I didn't mind it at all. It really got intense for some parts.
I liked the tone of the first act a lot, but yeah, it did drag. For sure.
Like, Other than that, yeah. I do like all the Easter eggs, the callbacks, the 80s music, the jokes. It's all perfect. There are some moments that too modern. or like outdated.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say what
you're
for people
talking
who have not
about.
seen it yet.
That
But-
scene, which
That
everyone
scene.
should know if kind of what Jackal is talking about here. I did not have a problem with it, but it's just...
I don't have a problem with it. It's just I feel like it's not gonna age very well.
Oh, it won't.
I thought it was hilarious.
In the next
was-
4 years, you're just gonna like.
It was a big,
in a few
big
ye-
laugh
in-
moment.
in the next few years, you're gonna realize how, like, it might not age well. But aside from that, all the good jokes.
Yeah.
There's so much good here.
I love all those posts that people are making. It's like Avengers Infinity or in-game spoilers without any context.
I love it.
I love those
Just-
so
just like
much.
some
Those
of
are
those.
so funny.
Yes. I feel bad because like it's like for people who don't see the movie, like it's gonna be a spoiler for them. They should really add spoiler tweets or something like Reddit does or something.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Like if you're scrolling by and it's
I
like,
could make so many Persona Says memes
yeah,
if that was a thing.
Oh yeah.
there's so many like things that's like, hey, this is a spoiler kind of thing for whatever. You can click to show it or whatever. Yeah, at least like, you know, I don't know. That's neat. I like that idea. But of course, some people just might just not use it. But hey, there's never going to be such a thing as like a perfect system for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of twists to it I didn't think I would see going in.
Oh yeah, the whole movie's like, ha, you thought this was gonna happen? Nah, man. That's not
no,
gonna
but the
happen.
action is still amazing there.
Yeah.
Especially like it. I feel like it's like the perfect ending and answer to all the questions of the past. Like you see where they set that up. Like, oh, I see what they were doing there. I see. Like it does not disappoint on that level, especially in the third act, because that's like it got really intense.
Yeah.
Should we have like a separate spoiler cast eventually?
I think. what
I'd
we
watch it.
I have an idea. Okay. So if you're listening to this right now, we are about to go into spoilers for Avengers Endgame.
Wait, should we?
Hold on.
Hey! No! I think we should just do like a separate recording, separate episode.
I was just about to say, skip to this point in the video, or if you do not want spoilers, or the timestamp. Just be like,
What if someone is listening to it in the car like I usually do, and they can't reach their phone because they dropped it. Next thing you know, they're hearing spoilers.
Well, we're gonna talk about a lot of topics, a lot more huge topics. So in
You know
another
what?
podcast.
Yep, fair enough. We'll record something after this actually, and then I'll just upload it. Okay, that sounds good. All right, never mind. Don't worry about it if you're searching for your phone frantically right now. It's okay. You're good.
Yeah.
Let's. Oh yeah. More video games are fun, guys. Right? Don't you
Yeah.
love it? Video games are really fun. Making video games does not sound like fun.
Especially if you work for Epic Games.
Oh,
or
this is
NetherRealm Studios apparently as well.
Or Rockstar.
Or Rockstar.
Or Telltale.
Or Bethesda. Maybe. Probably.
Definitely Telltale, because that kind of fell short of these past few months.
Oh my gosh, yes. But
Rest in peace, Werewolves Within 2.
yeah, so recent news, Fortnite devs have been saying that they've been working, 100-hour weeks, similar to the situation with Red Dead 2. And they say that although it is optional, it was like, we're working 100-hour weeks, and if you refuse to work on weekends, then some people were getting fired, which is crazy. Yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Camz just disappeared.
Cam's got snapped. Hey, Cam's, you're back. All right, cool. Can you hear us? Or can we hear you?
Okay,
cool.
good.
But yeah, no. Fortnite. I mean, what else to say? It's a huge game. Needs lots of people to work on it, but forcing people to work on it, not a good look. Especially when they go, hey, this is kind of fucked up. I don't know.
I mean, they gotta make all those dances and new outfits really quick.
They gotta make that Avengers tie-in, man.
They gotta capitalize on everything trendy.
That's right. Stay relevant. That's what they gotta do.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. Woo!
No,
It's-
I was just, like the day before they started talking about that. I was like, maybe I might just play some Fortnite on my Switch later. I'm really just trying. Maybe I should get back into it with all these new events and stuff. But no,
Oh.
change my mind.
I'm not joking. last year when it was starting to get big, or whatever. I was playing it with my friend was like, hey, you should play Fortnite. I'm like, what's that? It's like, oh, it's a battle royale thing. I'm like, yeah, all right. I played it for a bit. I'm like, this is fun. And then the next day when I went to school, everybody was talking about it, and I was like, this always happens. I'm not trying to be like a hipster here. Obviously not. I'm sure it was, very popular and that kind of stuff. But I swear every time I like, start playing a game, like it just gets super popular the next day. It was so bizarre sitting there in class and some person I never talked to, but like knew I was like, a gamer type. We're like, hey, do you play Fortnite? And I was like, what? Why?
People ask that question so much. Do you play Fortnite? Do you play Fortnite?
Or they used to a lot, for sure, last year.
Oh yeah.
My class had to do like community service thing. We went to go hang out at a preschool, and
oh my God. Oh no, go on.
So it wasn't like a preschool. It was more like a grade 1 through 5 after school daycare where people little kids would go do their homework. And the second I walked in, kids were already flossing and playing Fortnite on their iPads and phones, and I was like, oh God, I've made a mistake.
You seen that video where it's like the teacher in the classroom and she's like, there's a bunch of really
all right, kids, who plays Fortnite?
And then like they all come into frame and they start dancing. Oh my gosh. The funniest thing is when I went to my local, baseball, whatever thing, I was like, yeah, why not? I'm gonna go see with my girlfriend. I was like, I don't do sports that much, but I still have a good time when I go to baseball games just because I like the atmosphere. And at this place, they would play like, songs and people would dance to it and all these kind of events that baseball stadiums do to make baseball more interesting for like the people watching it. They'll be like, all right, time to do this, or like on the intercom or whatever. And then they're like, all right, time to dance, and they played like the Fortnite like taunt music or whatever. And
from the default dance.
The default dance, and I just like. I look around. I was laughing my ass off at that point.
How many kids just stood up?
Dude, like I was like scanning the arena, and every single kid I saw was just like doing one. I was like, you go, kids, you do it, you dance, do it, woo! But I found it so funny.
Fortnite, dancing all night.
That's Atlas needs to get that developed.
Yeah.
Where's the Fortnite difficulty?
I don't know. I don't have a problem with kids liking things. I just find it funny.
I just find it painful when they do it in public.
My sister does that so much. It's like eye bleach to me.
I go sit down, like I'm out of town. I go sit down at a restaurant. I order something to eat, and when I look out the window because I hear a noise, like my curiosity strikes me, and I see a kid flossing and the other kid doing the L dance, and I'm like,
and they do it. It's funny because they're so. It's kind of adorable because I was like serving them food or whatever. I'm like, I work at Eddie M's, and I was just like, yeah, here's a pretzel and that kind of stuff. But there was just this kid. I was like, servicing this one customer, and there was this kid just like stared at me. And I kind of looked at him, and then he just started doing like the floss, and he just like walked away, and I was like,
"Hey kid, do you like Fortnite?"
It's like a language, It's like they're trying to communicate with me, and I'm just like, I don't speak Fortnite.
It's one of those click noises, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind
Fortnite
it because
is the new Morse code.
I don't mind it because I remember when I was a kid, and I would make videos using my Sonic and Mario plushies. So you know what? That's not.
That was me, but with Angry Bird plushies.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So I can relate. I can be like, yeah, you go, you enjoy your thing, but just don't be surprised when I'm like, no thanks, I don't want to do that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on all that. Oh right, but in all seriousness, goddamn man. People need to take this stuff more seriously about the whole labor thing because it just seems to be. It's sad that it's just becoming more commonplace. Like, it's
like
weird.
So many different companies are like you never hear it happening at like Naughty Dog. You never hear it happening at Nintendo or HAL Laboratories
that we know of. To be
fair. Until they make like a bad game and then they say we admit we were being overworked on this bad game.
I don't know, man. It's weird. I'm sure there was some crunch. I don't know. You only really know when you get that one insider who's like, hey, this is messed up. Video game companies are just treating us like garbage because they know they can, and that kind of stuff sucks. So more people need to, be aware of that. And when you're about to buy a game, sort of maybe do a bit more research and be like, what's actually happening here?
I mean, I still bought Red Dead 2, but that didn't stop me with all the Rockstar allegations.
And that story went on. There's like, I don't know, something like being like only the main senior people, but at the same time that's setting a bad example for like the people like the normal for sort of employees. Like, oh, if you want to be in the big time, you got to work like these guys, like out there doing 100-hour weight. Like,
it's pretty discouraging.
It's a bad
work ethic.
Bad work ethic, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's move on to something more lighter, like good old Joker and Smash 3.0 update.
Oh,
Joker
yeah.
I remember seeing like my little brother came by, told me like, hey, they posted Persona 5 Joker images on Twitter. I'm like, oh god, give me that sweet link, and I just like go scrolling through Twitter. People are talking about like, oh god, there's a video. I just put it on my laptop and I'm just screaming for its 15-minute runtime. Like,
Camz,
oh my god, he has a side beat. Oh my god, he has a counter.
Camz, do you play Smash?
Yes, I do. And I was screaming along with everyone when Joker was announced and when he came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish the song list was longer, like you had more music.
Oh yeah, but I was not expecting them to have Persona 3 and 4 music, and the fact that the stage changes with it is so good.
I was expecting I was expecting Persona 3 and 4 music, but I wasn't expecting like the surfer song changes. That was really impressive.
Last Surprise not being on there is actually really weird.
Yeah, Last Surprise was on there, yeah. No, but like Life Will Change.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Life
Will Change. Yeah.
It was in the trailer. I'm surprised it wasn't there.
That's just bizarre. I don't know. I mean, hey, Lee, at least you didn't get the Cloud treatment, okay?
Oh god, that would have been a nightmare.
Like the 4 songs God has.
Like two songs, 2 spirits, 1 costume is just a hat.
Oh my gosh. It's awful.
Classic.
Yeah, Square Enix, if you bring Sora over, please just give him more than just 2 songs, please.
Just pay the money. Just do it.
Do it. You want them to play your game, you better give them more representation. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Oh, when Joker was announced, I was working at Annie Ann's, was doing my little shift, and I was working a shift with my best friend, and I was just looking at my phone, I was done with the dishes or whatever, and I started seeing Joker images, and I run over to him. He's like making pretzels or whatever, and I'm like, dude, look at this, and like he's like, what? Huh? And he looked at this, and he like was registering it for a second. And then as soon as he recognized what it was, we both popped off so hard. We're in the middle of the mall, but we're
drops
just like
all the pretzels on the floor.
We're like jumping up and down. We're like, yeah, woo! It was not as busy. Like, it wasn't a busy day, but like everyone in like a good radius could hear us, but we didn't care. We were just so happy. We were jumping up and down, like yeah. And then like we were like, all right, we gotta. We worked the hardest we ever worked. We're like, we gotta get home early. It's like he's like, I'm gonna come over to your house. We're gonna watch that like trailer, like the actual thing, the footage. So good. But
there's one thing I didn't like about Joker being in Smash is something that bad about him being in Smash. It's like some of the fans. You know how like Nintendo they had to like tone down some of the busting for the characters and such. In regard to someone tweet out like biggest nerf of Smash of all time, and showed like 2 pictures of On's butt, and then someone added Erica Harlacher about it, and like Harlacher, can you believe this? I'm like, I honestly don't care.
Yeah, I
don't care. Imagine being so disgusting as to do that, as to add someone's VA over like 1 model change. When I saw that, I was like, disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting.
It's disappointing. Like, come on. Can you just appreciate the fact that has some big representation there for 5 fucking seconds?
I don't know. People are weird, man. They obsess over the strangest things.
I get it. Like the waifu wars, they don't need to be this big to the point where you're gonna add their voice actors.
Waifu wars are... we're still feeling the effects of the great waifu war of Persona 5 to this day. The aftermaths are shook. We're shooketh.
We are shook.
And no one really came out the victor, except... Well, in more mainstream, I guess it would be Makoto, since that's she's like the most that gets the most like shipping fuel with Rin.
I mean, to be fair, I like her, so I don't have a
I
problem
like
with that.
her.
I
Not
like
my
Makoto.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I relate to
think
her, but
Futaba-
I would not date her.
Why is that? Just too smart.
No, because Futaba exists.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. First, I did romance Futaba my first go through, but I came to see more of his sister, so my second run through I went through as Makoto. So.
I dated Futaba, but then I cheated on her for Haru.
Oh my
because
god.
I like that. Yeah.
You left the gamer girl for someone who has like 5 minutes of screen time? Come on.
But she's great. Haru's great.
Yeah, Haru's great. Love her character design,
Yeah.
love her fan thief design. Just wish she had more screen time, and hopefully we're gonna get that. In
Honestly,
P5.
the screen time
Hopefully
thing
we'll
doesn't
get that in
bother me that much.
P5R.
No, we're talking about that later. Shut up.
Ah, shit, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That would be a great transition.
No. We gotta talk about one more. Alright, but I'm still on Joker and Smash. Some people say they don't like the way he plays. I like the way he plays. I want to get good with him.
I like doing the
gonna-
gun spins. It's fun.
I'm gonna rep my boy. I choose the red skin because it's Dante from Devil May Cry.
Oh.
And
And then you,
the best thing, I love it so much. My friend who says he doesn't like Joker that much as a playable character. Like, you know, as like he doesn't like the way he plays, but he'll still play him. And he picks the blue skin. And every time we fight, all we're doing is just like, Virgil, Dante, you know, all that kind of stuff.
the time has come. And
Yeah,
so
we're just saying DMC memes the whole time, and it's glorious.
Yes.
I love it so much.
like Dante.
Dante. Gotta get motivated.
I really like Joker's playstyle. The fact that he can swipe back and forth with his final smash is a little broken. The amount of times I've caught someone with that, it's
Joker's
like
is
not
broken
fair.
in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some people say his non-Arsene move list is kind of lackluster, but I think there's a lot of stuff with his normal moveset that's really.
I still
Agreed.
love it.
I love his little grappling hook. It's so good. I like.
I
it a
love
lot.
it, and they later gonna implement that into other stuff.
Oh my gosh, I fight a lot of snakes, and his down B sort of being like a counter when it's Arsene, but like his normal down B, which is like a, hey, don't move, you don't take knockback, and you you absorb half damage, and also like a little mini like knockback count. Oh, it's so good for fighting Snake because I don't know.
One thing that
Nobody
makes, like-
expects down B.
Yes.
Something that's like Arsene, IGN complained
Just a
about like,
tower count.
oh, summoning Arsene, you have to take too much damage to do it. Like, no, it's literally 2 smash attacks. It's not that bad. Like, I'm playing, if I'm in like 50%, I take a smash attack after Arsene disappears, and I use my down B. That's like instantly back. What are you talking about? Give him a better score, IGN, before I come over there and eat your face.
Oh man. Yeah, no, Joker and Smash. What else is there to say really? It's like, good job. Amazing.
What is
I
been
love
said
I love his
hasn't said.
victory animation.
Yeah.
It's
I
an
do too.
awesome Easter egg.
What did you say, Camz?
Everything like, never mind.
Okay.
No,
It's
come
a-
on.
You don't have
We got to fill up
I
for time.
forgot
Come
what
on.
I was gonna say, but yeah,
Okay.
Joker's awesome.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. Well, before we talk about P5R, which got, more information than what we're about to talk about, let's talk about the thing that got a lot of people heated. A lot of people heated right now. Persona 5 Scramble, coming to Nintendo Switch and PS4, is a Warriors-style Persona game.
Persona fan base. So Persona 5 is coming to Switch, Atlas. Well, yes, but actually no.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, we got some footage, or some cutscene, and then a
Some
little bit of footage, a little bit of gameplay. But
yeah.
I mean, we all know gameplay's not as important because we all know what Warriors plays like. You're running around as a super overpowered, character, just mowing down hordes and hordes of enemies and all that kind of stuff. Only playable character we've seen so far is Joker, of course, obviously, with Arsene doing a bunch of cool Arsene stuff. And yeah, you're fighting little shadows, and those are like the sort of things. But you're in a city, you're in Tokyo, which is cool. And I don't think no Warriors game has like an urban setting, really.
Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting to finally have in like in a modern setting. It would be.
Oh,
hold on. Wait. Keep
I
talking.
don't like that.
There we go.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, as a person who liked Fire Emblem Warriors, I could find this really interesting because I like Warriors games, the Suo style, and I like Persona 5. And it looks like Koei Tecmo has really done a good job of recreating all the style and the paletting. So I'm down for this. I know people are disappointed, and yeah, the logo looks a little funny, but other than that, I am really excited, especially if they're gonna have like more characters outside of Persona 5, like 2 and 3. I could dig that like really well.
Like knowing they had a lot of hold on. It's not working. Keep talking for a second, guys.
Seeing like Joker just going around like in massive hordes taking out those shadows, it does look awesome. And yeah, it like Warriors games at this point have become known for being a little repetitive. They can throw in some kind of like...
That's an understatement, my friend.
Okay, yeah, a lot. But like, if they can just throw in some new stuff, because like the Joker RPG, like the Persona RPG style and like the versatility that the game itself has, it could be interesting. Like if you have some like social stuff, and if you could like add some new gameplay elements, like you saw Joker was standing on top of like a street lamp. Like what if they can play off of that or something? It could be interesting. I want some new kinds of, like there's like these different palaces. Maybe you can throw in more puzzles like Persona, or maybe you could
that'd be awesome.
Bosses.
Yeah. In Warriors game, there's usually like bosses, that come onto the battlefield at some time. I'm hoping that they just have the Persona 5 bosses be bosses that appear. Like imagine you're just like mowing down hordes of enemies, and then like Kamoshida appears and he turns into his shadow.
Kamoshida, Adachi.
What a twist!
Whoever's in Persona 3, what a twist! You're all teaming up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's great.
Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. The Shin Megami Tensei reunion. That'd be so good.
Then you get like that SMT Fire Emblem Wii U game, and their characters show up. Like, Chrom, you're here too.
That'd be so good. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see like the character list, because like one thing, I mean, like I played Legend of Zelda, the Warriors one, Hyrule Warriors.
Me too.
I love.
Wasn't a fan. I wasn't a big fan of that because I have not played a lot of Zelda games, but it was fun.
Oh, as a person who plays a lot of Zelda games, it's fun. I just like it because it repped my favorite Zelda character, which is Fi, the little robot. She's cool. I like it.
Aww.
I don't know. I love her so much. Skyward Sword was my first Zelda game, so even if it's not the best, it's my favorite by far. So yeah. The Groose is loose! Man, I'm so sad Groose was not playable in that game. That's a big rip. But more about Persona 5. Yeah, I want to see what the characters are like. I really hoping there's some weird out there picks. Like, the Hyrule Warriors had, like, fucking Tingle in the end.
And so. I know that Ari has already tried claiming...
Oh,
oh my god.
I'm gonna call her Kokoro! Okay, no, Ari, no.
There's
you don't even know what she looks like from the neck down. Stop! Make it stop!
There was a little character for the story reveal, and it's like this little redheaded girl that kind of has like similar eyes to like Aegis, kind of.
Like she's probably a robot. Like it's like the android eyes.
Yeah.
So Persona 3 connection? Maybe.
I don't know, man. Just give me some weird pics. P.S. Somebody put EY in. You can like shoot things, please.
like there's gotta be like a shop or something. Like Fire Emblem Warriors had like
I want anything. I want anything. I'm so desperate.
You have like all three. Like okay, you have a police officer, the blacksmith guy, and a Y, all working under the same roof. Like all three of them show up. Like, you want weapons?
Yes, please. That'd be so good. I would love that.
The fan thieves next thing you know, the fan thieves start using real guns.
I need something.
Now it just reminds me of that comic of like, it's.
Oh,
yeah.
The one with
it's like with like Naoto is like like Makoto. Like this gun doesn't fire anything, and like a Joker's like, yeah, this is just a model. What your gun isn't real, right, Naoto? She's like, what do you mean?
So Camz,
remember, people, she carries a real gun.
Yeah. What do you
think
about
insert Kirby has a gun memes here.
Yes. What do you think
for his neutral special, he uses a gun.
A gun. He uses that kind. What do you think about Persona 5S, Camz? Do you have any thoughts?
I'm mainly looking forward to the story and characters. It'd be cool if Persona 3 and 4 characters showed up. I don't know much about the gameplay, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Although I really the hate for it annoys me a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's just so petty. Just you haven't seen much of the game at all.
It's really dumb. There was I
I want a Persona Switch port.
There was a thing where it's like, send this to Atlas to show them what we really want. It's like that long text message of like, you know, all this stuff. I hate that kind of stuff.
And fan site just talking about how petty it is. Like
it's super petty because you're wanting something that was never promised to you, and you yourselves, you as a community, hyped it up so much. Like, yeah, sure, Best Buy was like Persona 5 whatever thing like that, but that was a mistake. And at best, hey, maybe that's an E3 thing. I don't know. But like they never told us jack about Persona 5S, which is what Atlas does. They never
I play off my name a lot.
Yeah. But they never told us anything about Persona 5S, what it was. That's how Atlas works. They tease something and then they make you wait 4 months. But otherwise, they never told us anything. So there was no reason.
Wait for the announcement of the announcement of the announcement.
There was no reason that Persona 5S would be a Switch port. It's just what people wanted so badly that they were like,
even like all the insiders said, guys, this is not a Switch port. This is something completely different. Stop it. There will be a Switch port eventually, but please just no, this is not it. Mystic already said like it was not. Like
Mystic don't. Yeah, I admit too that I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be a Persona 5 Switch. But when I saw that I wasn't like, what the heck? I was like, oh, okay, cool. I like Warriors games. This is nice.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. Whatever. I got Persona 5 Royal. I guess we can talk about that a little bit. Hold on, let me bring in some backup to talk about this. You guys can go ahead and start if you want to.
All right, I'm excited because like there's like new cutscenes. There's gonna be a new semester, and Kazumi already looks like a new good girl, even if there's like 2 different people already taking her the Says account, even though we don't know her backstory or her persona. But it's still awesome. I'm still really excited to see what she has behind her. I get like people are assuming she's gonna be a new Marie, but hold off, you don't know what she's gonna be like.
Yeah. I'm about to add a bunch of people come in and join if they want to talk about Persona 5 Royal, so it might get crowded, might not, so just be prepared for that.
Oh
okay.
no.
It's okay.
My thoughts, I'm really looking forward to it. In my Discord server, lots of people have been theorizing about it. Like, there's this theory that there's going to be kind of a split in timelines, where like, okay, might get into spoiler territory, but Akechi might be alive. And,
oh yeah, because of the bus thing.
And human Morgana.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Like, speaking of human Morgana, like, Morgana ships have become like 10 times more valid, and like all the shippers are going crazy, like Morgana x Morgana x Haru.
Oh yeah, that's silly, and especially like spare Coochie Lady on. Like, oh god, that made me laugh so hard.
I've seen so many of those.
Wait, shh, wait, hold on. Somebody's here. Hello? Oh, okay. You can come on out if you're here in the chat or whatever. You can unmute yourselves. It's okay.
Can I?
Max!
Is it safe?
Chidori!
Yeah, what's up?
Some P5R, go ahead.
Yeah.
I love P5R. It looks great. I love everything. I've been looking at the pictures every day. That's basically it. Like, I'm looking at them right now, actually. I've just been looking at the side every day, and I can't believe it's real. I just can't.
It looks so beautiful.
Yeah, like, especially on the PS4 Pro. Like, it would look even better.
Body!
What?
A wild Morgana has appeared.
Oh, the human Morgana has appeared. Hello.
Sorry if I've any weird sounds. I'm on an airbed right now.
It's okay.
My real pet broke.
Okay.
So.
I'm on my phone.
Lady Anne,
But-
I'm human.
Leon, I'm
And now
human.
And now the ships seem legitimate.
Okay,
I mean-
alright.
It could happen.
Could happen.
Well, actually, real quick, I posted the theory that I believe in on Twitter. But basically, since they spoke about dreams before, and we see like Mona with a human body and Wakaba alive and everything. Like, I think that they enter like either a new palace or something that's kind of like a dream realm where they just embrace their desires and stuff. And so basically, all of that is a dream.
I mean,
Get ready for the new RPG spinoff, Ren and Ryuji Dream Team.
Yeah.
I would play that. I would play
Imagine
that.
though, like, I just said this earlier, but I'm like, imagine that Kasumi is actually like Namine or something, and then she just has this ability to put herself in.
Into your memories. That'd be crazy.
Margie
Oh,
couldn't
would
make it, but she just said that she is super excited about P5R and that she giggles at Switch users.
I honestly hope that's like I'm gonna quote someone I saw like I hope Switch never comes because of the awful behavior they had towards Atlas. All
I
these
kind of
toxic fans.
do too.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I agree.
And
Did you see that one tweet that I retweeted? I think on my main, where somebody actually.
Oh, they DM'd
my God.
Atlas? That one?
Yeah. Hold on, let me get it. Let me bring it up.
Meanwhile,
That was fun. I don't think I've
people
seen that.
hated Kazumi because of her legs being shown.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Margaret also said that.
They don't hate her. They just hate Atlas.
They hate
yeah.
Atlas for legs.
Margaret says
I
thighs
mean,
aren't
it's
crimes.
just legs.
Thighs are not crimes.
To me, it's not really. It's not even like the outfit's just like. Why is she in a bathing suit?
Oh, like
I get it.
It's like a dance unitard and whatever.
Yeah, but it's not.
But-
It's supposed to be, but it's not. If you've ever been in a real leotard.
Camz, what was that?
I can't speak
It's
for
way more
experience.
suggestive than
Oh,
it's...
hold on, sorry, just 1 second. Camz, what was that?
It's like her Phantom Thief suit. It's fitting. She's a gymnast, right? And also, she's Joker's Kohai, and she looks up to him. It all makes sense. Like, why are you complaining?
Because like people think it's like unnecessary fan stuff.
Which in some part it may
They probably
be.
just think it's like...
Honestly, the only thing that's important
service.
is how she feels about it. Like,
That's
if she
true.
digs
Yeah,
it, then that.
you know what?
Literally,
That's a
that's
good
all
point.
that matters to me. Is
Like-
like if she likes, like Futaba, in the game she goes like, "Ooh, it's totally skin tight," even though it clearly wasn't. But
Yeah.
she said that in like a
Yeah.
happy way. So hey, she likes it. That's that's whatever.
As long as we don't get another AM where it's like, man, I hate my outfit.
But she,
Yeah.
like,
I
to
wouldn't
be fair, she
give
never
two
complains
shits
about it again.
I wouldn't give two shits about An's outfit, except for the fact that throughout the entire game she hates it. And I'm like, if
Yeah.
she grew to like it, then you
Yeah.
know.
She never goes, you know what? At first I hated it, but now I feel confident in it and all that blah blah blah. Like she's like, no, I just hate it. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want it.
Well, shit. Like Ryuji's like, oh, I didn't know you were into that kind of stuff. On.
Well,
Well,
it's her,
she's not. She just
It's
screams
her
about how she's
female
not.
villain role model, right?
Yeah, like she's she wants to be like the the villain like things on TV or whatever. Like the superhero or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
Stuff. But like she straight up says she doesn't like how it looks. It'd be funny. She just like zipped it up like halfway through the game, just like zip.
I mean,
The only
to be
thing
fair-
that I can kind of explain it with is like, if I use myself as an example, like, hey, maybe I like sexy things when I was 16, but I didn't want to wear. But like, if I actually wore it, I would be really uncomfortable, even if I thought it was cool. So maybe it's like that, but it's Atlas and probably isn't like that.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I
Talking about-
found the post, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Somebody-
Oh sorry.
Yeah, somebody messaged Atlas and wrote, "You are fucking stupid. We want Persona 5 on Nintendo Switch, not a fucking shit game. Either you give us the original or we won't buy it. Of course you can do whatever you want. It just shows how stupid you are. Better work on Shin Megami Tensei 5 instead. Of course it will sell better than your shitty fake Persona game.
Why are
Hopefully
people like
we get
this?
an original Persona 5 port." And then
You
they
should have
went,
just named
then
it.
they
You should have just named it.
it and like...
I like that. I like.
in a society.
We live in a. I like that they like shit on Persona game, and they're like, or like they shit on Persona 5, and it's like, but or like but give it to us anyway.
Well, no, they should
have named it Persona 5. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
They shit on the Scramble game.
Yeah,
anyway, that's all I had to say.
Yeah.
I won't.
At least they're getting one.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, at least we're getting some sort of game on the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Better than nothing.
Something.
And stuff on.
Yeah, like, I'll take it. I don't care.
We don't know that we're not getting it yet. There just haven't been an announcement.
I'm thinking.
We're probably
E3.
waiting for like
Like,
Nintendo
we
or
can still
something to
get
say.
one.
Be grateful, people.
You should be,
Like,
you should be.
I was gonna say like, oh, why? Say the iconic line there, baby.
You should be
If something
grateful.
that
You should be
big-
grateful.
You
You should be grateful.
make a meme out of that. Just like all
Yes.
the Persona games.
Oh,
And then
yes.
Wait.
people
Do that.
complain about no Switch port and just you should be grateful.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if we even have Persona 5 on some kind of console.
I think I should. I can probably do that real quick. But actually talk. Oh my god, I just hit my desk. But actually talk about. Stop. Actually talking about Persona 5 Royale. Yeah, Royale is cool.
Royale.
Royale.
Maybe it is Royale.
Oh no.
Insert my Fortnite meme.
Royal. I'm digging all the stuff, the changes that Mystic was like pumping out with all the information. I'm loving every single bit of it. I like all that. It's gonna run so well, good too.
You already run another account, so.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, let me talk about this for a second.
That's it!
Okay, hold
And who
on.
knows?
Okay, hold on.
Who knows?
So,
You'll be part of the villain league again.
hopefully. Okay, so here's the thing. There's this new character. He's a new confidant. His name is Takuda Maruki. He's my
I
boy.
didn't know he was a confidant.
Yeah, he's a confidant.
Juice box.
He is the consultant confidant.
It's not even a real thing.
It actually is.
No,
it's
not.
like a side. I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's supposed to sort of be like the magician in a way.
I don't remember that consultant confidant from JoJo.
Exactly. I didn't
I mean,
But no, he's supposed to be like a trauma counselor to come into the school after Kamoshida and all that kind of stuff.
Jahaya wants a few words with Atlas.
Yeah, and Mona, you okay? You're making a lot of noises over there. Okay.
Mona's doing the dishes.
All right, that's
because
okay.
Ren refused to do it.
Food.
Gotta wash the dishes before you sleep.
Ren's asleep.
That's
Actually, I just gotta make food, but
Well,
okay.
yeah, okay. I admit, I saw him and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I used my All Might account that was dead. I rebranded it completely, and I made a post. The post was about I saw a couple people going around talking about how Human Morgana looks at, or what Human Morgana quote unquote looks like a guy, like a kind of a weird, like like kind of a weird dude a little bit. So and I saw
retweeted something earlier.
fetish,
It's like
dude.
someone turned new Morgana into Yuna or Kami. I'm like,
I
yes,
saw that.
retweet.
They also did it with Teddy, I think.
yeah, but no,
And this looks strikingly similar.
I saw
Similar.
that and I was like, I'm gonna do a post about that. So I made a little post using the stuff. It was a little bit harder to like. Of course, I don't have the actual footage
Model
from
or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little bit tough, but I managed. And the first post I made, or first text post I made, it got really popular. Okay, I'm a little bit low-key salty that my first post on this new one has like 4K thousand, which is more likes than like every than my EY account has ever gotten. A little bit salty, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's because you
I guess
had
Yeah,
Morgana wanting to.
I had to mute that conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I but
To be
no,
fair,
guess it's-
why people wanted more of Morgana wanting to sniff
Yeah,
on
see, here's the
toes.
thing. That
Wait, hold on.
in particular, I can't explain it, but it just makes me really uncomfortable.
I'm
So
sorry.
that's why I had
What
to
did I
make
miss?
That- I-
Like you didn't
Wait.
know.
I
You
understand.
didn't know.
But yeah, no, as soon as I
So-
did that, some people were like, wait a minute, who's this new fucking, account? And Theo went like all fucking like Detective Cole Phelps. He's like, I gotta find out who this is. I was laughing to myself so hard when you guys were like, in the pancake server chat, just like, all right, he's got this and this. But I knew I was screwed when you guys looked in the replies, and I forgot to delete the replies when I was the All Might account.
Immediately, we're just like, oh my god, it's the All Might account. Who runs the fucking All Might account?
And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck.
I forgot it was a Y for a second. Like, oh god.
I knew Jack. I was like, Jack. I was like, please please forget.
And I did.
Well, I never knew.
And then someone else came in and they're like, hey, isn't that EY? And then like I was getting messages like from Theodore like, you gotta come down to the police station for questioning. And I was like,
I just saw him go like, hey EY, we need to talk. It's like, just at him. No. A real person waits for the culprit to arrive, but then he just adds you anyway. I'm just like, what happened to
he
Wade?
got tired. He got tired.
Like, okay.
I was at work. I couldn't respond.
I was just looking and dying at like Theo's antics.
But
It was amazing.
yeah, I'm hoping I get more. I hope I get more stuff with that, because we're getting more news about Persona 5R on the 7th of May, right? Something like
The
that.
9th. Yeah.
The 9th, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's a
I
great
do
time
think
to
you
be on
can
the
really utilize that account a lot. Like,
I think I will too. Cam, sorry, I couldn't hear what you're saying.
It's a great time to be in the Persona fandom. There's news everywhere, and we're getting more news in like a week. Just like
Oh yeah.
we're so
We
lucky
are?
to be in the Persona fandom.
I can't agree with that more. Like honestly,
We're getting spoiled.
it's a
We're
little
getting spoiled.
overwhelming.
I'm
though.
gonna be
a little bit.
I'm gonna be
And
real
that's
here,
what
guys.
this is all about.
I'm gonna be real here. The morning before we got the news about Persona 5R, I was thinking about taking a break from my account for a bit, like a long while, for the UI.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
I don't know. It was like fucking. It's like drugs, dude. Like they got the Persona 5 Royale news, and I was like, whoa, let's go!
Yeah.
I was excited.
Well, hopefully you get more like
Yeah,
inspiration
I'm
now.
Yeah.
feeling better. I just you have these moments where you're looking at everyone else and they're going so far, and you're just like, oh hey guys, I'm back here. But
Alright.
you get
End
over
it
it.
off. I didn't mean to like jump into
I have.
Cam's
I-
guest starring.
It's okay. I have really high highs and really low lows, but I bounce back every time. So yeah, we're good.
Mhm.
I mean, how many times I got hit? I always find a way to get back up.
Oh, speaking of which, what was the Mishima account that switched to the Royale account? Was it
That was
Phantom
Phantom
Square
Machine?
Mishima?
Famishima?
It was Penny.
Oh,
Yeah.
I-
Good for
Yeah.
Good for them.
Penny,
Good for them.
okay, awesome.
Like honestly,
They
good
just-
for them. They just
made the leap.
they made a leap, and the follower count shows it.
No,
Yeah.
but what's actually really funny is when she posted about trans rights, and
Yeah.
then
I like that. Were there people?
Can we just-
Were there people in the
I don't-
comments? Were there people in the comments?
well, there were at least two people
Yeah,
who
there
were just
were.
like, "Why are you like commenting about this? Like, please stop ruining this character this way. Like, so far I like this character, and like this has nothing to do with Persona 5, and like neither does half the things we talk about."
Oh my god. Whatever.
I need like the
Okay.
Yusuke. I need Yusuke
Just let people be
kids to just
happy.
write about trans rights, so that if somebody comments that, they can literally just take that video of Matt Mercer just saying trans rights.
That's awesome.
That would be amazing. Camz,
'Cause that
get
was
on
an
that.
actual thing.
Oh my god, did you guys see the videos, do you guys see the videos of Robbie
I-
sorry, what was it? You see the video of Robbie Damon doing a catchy tweet?
I saw
Yes.
that.
Like, yeah, so, okay.
Oh my god, I saw that.
Like,
Yeah.
roses all red.
Sometimes
Shit posts are neat. Joker's gonna die. Yeet!
No, it's like
I
so.
love that.
Or something like that.
Almost
No, it's
dying.
Joker must die. LMAO, yeah!
Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes I dream about Matthew Mercer voicing my Yusuke post, and I'm just like, what? Why? I'm ruining this character. I'm doing this.
Oh,
Sometimes in my mind, I look for Johnny Young Bosch,
Seriously,
and I
Camz, get
have,
on that.
and I read my
I
memes in his
want to.
voice, and I'm like, bro, there's something up about the metaverse today from my 420 post. Like, what's up with the fog?
Kaiji Tang,
I-
it's kind of funny because Kaiji Tang, the guy who does EY, all he does on his Twitter is like post about food. It's really funny.
I challenge
One
your
of these
approaches.
days, I hope someone goes up to Cassandra Lee Morris
Hello?
and has her
Please.
quote one of my posts. 'cause
Oh,
that
If
would
I
be
ever
amazing.
get the chance to meet her, I'll do that for you. I'll do it.
Hey,
I
Marie's
will
here.
love you for
Guys,
that.
Marie, what are your thoughts on P5R?
Hi.
Hi,
Hello. Give your thoughts.
Hello.
you're in the shadow realm. Hello.
Hi. I'm in the bathroom right now, so
Why would you call?
I feel like we don't need to know that.
I'm not using
You need
the
to see.
bathroom. I have to
Are you-
record in the bathroom because
Is everything going alright?
Okay, give your thoughts real quick so you can get back to your business.
No, it's not. No. That's not what I meant. I'm recording in the bathroom, so I'm fine. Anyways, Persona
Acoustics are great.
5R. Persona 5R, good game. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait for it. Kasumi is really cute, and
Legs.
Another song.
and the new social link, new confidant is really hot.
Yeah, he's
Hey.
hot. I love him.
Yeah, and Persona 5 Scramble it's also really good. I played a few Warriors games, and I honestly love them. Even if it's the same genre, but I freaking love. I can't wait for it. I'm not really expecting much for the story, but hey.
It's mindless.
It's a Warriors game, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So and those are my takes.
All right, cool. So
They're wonderful.
we're gonna start trying to wrap this up in a bit. So everyone who joined in, thanks for coming. Or like besides Camz, but like everyone else who joined in for part of the we'll see you guys later and talk to you. Hope you have more. Hope to have you on more future episodes and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh sure.
I'm down for that.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, Camz, stay though.
All right, Camz.
Okay. All right, Camz, plug yourself once again, and we'll wrap this up.
Okay. Once again, run too many accounts. Yuka the actress at Yusuke the artist at. Oh, I forgot my accounts. Oh wow.
It's okay.
I forgot.
You can send me them later after the podcast, and then I'll put them in the description.
Oh yeah. At Yukiko the dancer, at Maya the author, at Mark the grapher, and I forgot to mention I also made a Pokemon Says account because yeah, those are a thing now.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Chico_Bunches. I've been having fun with it. This
Oh,
podcast is very fun.
Okay, one last thing to talk about. Infinity War, even though it's been out for like 3 days in America, already earned $1.2 billion.
Oh my god. it made
This
more
is
than
the best movie ever.
Star Wars in its opening day, I'm pretty sure.
It's already hit #1 box office weekend opening of all time. This is gonna be the best movie ever, or something. I don't know. It'll be legendary.
Yeah.
All right, that wraps it up for this week's episode. See you next week. Blah.
Bye.